Hey, you're Keepin Company with Conor, and you're listening to another Townsquare Spotlight. We got a great guest with us today. Political strategist, philanthropist, and advocacy consultant. He just released the new book, Relentless, My Story of the Latino Spirit that is Transforming America. With us today, we have Luis A. Miranda Jr. Luis, how are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you very much for having me in your show.
I'm really happy to have you here, and I greatly appreciate your time. I want to start off with something fun. Coincidentally, by accident, I just caught you on Jimmy Fallon the other night alongside your son, Lin-Manuel. Something that's kind of funny about that, Jimmy and I went to the same alma mater, and that's the only thing that they ever talk about at that college, so I just thought it was kind of like a fun coincidence you were on that show. It looked like you guys were having a great time. What was that experience like for you?
We were having a fantastic time. As you saw, we were playing a game where we needed to say the same answer to the question right after talking a little bit about Relentless, my
Yep.
book. We had a ball. You noticed that my son and I won.
Oh,
I beat
absolutely.
Jimmy Fallon at his own game. Okay. Even when he tried to change the rules of the game, and the next point is 1,000 points, and we beat him too.
As you should. As you should. No, but I think that's great. It made for great TV, and it was also a great time to learn more about your book, which you're here to talk about today, Relentless, My Story of the Latino Spirit that is Transforming America. You've had so many different lives, worn so many different hats, and worked with so many different people. Can you tell us what people can expect out of this new book?
I believe that my goal when I put out Relentless with my collaborator, my goal was to make sure that people knew about the Latino vote, about the Latino experience. But as I was doing that, and Richard Wolff was helping me create the arc and the story to tell, my family became front and center of the story, became a protagonist of Relentless because they have been part of everything that I have done. And it started with me being critical of many of the things that are being said about our political reality as Latinos and how we're moving in the political sphere. And people then told me, then, why don't you talk about your 45 years experience in being in Latino politics? And that's what I did. And that's what people will get from fun anecdotes of trying to elect now Majority Leader Chuck Schumer when he was just a Congress member trying to win a primary against Geraldine Ferraro, the queen of democratic politics, and then defeat Al D'Amato to become the senator of New York. From fun facts and stories to our own experience as a family, making sure that Hamilton was a success, and our life having this mega microphone. We were always involved in politics. We were always involved in philanthropy. We were always pushing organizations and issues. But Hamilton and Lin-Manuel, then they brought this megaphone to make sure that we could do more.
And the fact that you have been able to do more, you've been able to work with so many incredible people, and you've been able to put this platform on such a high pedestal to be able to help so many people out. That really is incredible. Something that's being said about this book is that it's part memoir, part political playbook, and all heart. And based on everything you just said there, I think that all goes hand in hand and then some. And you're talking about the way that you help support people, and something that is very near and dear to your heart that you guys started, the Miranda Family Fund. You guys are championing community activism, and I just wanted to give you a moment to talk about that fund and promote that for a second.
Listen, I come from a family in a very small town in Puerto Rico, Vega Alta. My town has 6 streets, but we were always involved in philanthropy. We just didn't call it that. my parents were involved in the Rotary Club, in the Lions Club, in the Red Cross. We were always doing stuff for others. So now we get to call it philanthropy. We get to support not only with human capital, doing good and making a better neighborhood, but now we could always give dollars to causes that are dear to our heart. And probably our signature program, it's the Miranda Fellows. We are working with arts institutions to make sure young minority kids get a chance to work on their art, to make sure their art becomes their profession, not something that they do on the side. That was always the quest of our son, of Lin-Manuel. And now we want to make sure that we make that a reality for so many talented kids in New York.
I think that's great, the work that you're able to do to be able to continue that spirit. And as you said, you didn't even call it philanthropy in those early days. You just called it helping out and being active. And I think that is great. Luis, I know you got to run. Thank you so much for your time. Of course, the new book, Relentless, My Story of the Latino Spirit That is Transforming America, is out now. Also, you can check out more on the Miranda Family Fund in the description of this interview. We'll have all the links. Luis, before we go, do you have any last little nugget for the Hudson Valley listening audience?
Yeah. As your neighbors and your listeners know, we continue to work hard, and Latinos continue to increase their numbers in your neck of the wood. And that's important, and that's good, because we're hardworking people. And anyone who's a neighbor of ours know that we work hard, and we're going to make cities better.
Beautiful. Luis, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to read the book.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries.